the MTGOnes 10th year anniversary legacy main event. We are here for the 4th round, and as always, it's your boys Callum, Smithy, and your boy Kai Samatari, aka Smithy, and Kai Samatari, aka Samatarix, and we are here to bring you the best legacy matches of all the tables.
We have a sick one in story as well.
Fucking Jeskai Wizards, dude, against Ruby Storm. I don't know what Jeskai.
Tell us about Jeskai Wizards.
I don't know many wizards. Like Darkness Oracle is my favorite wizard, obviously, but there's
surely there's Snapcast Mages.
Oh, dude, I just hope there's like Patron Wizard in the deck. That'd be so fucking sick.
You know, I've no idea. There could be.
Yeah, triple blue, 1/1 or 2/2.
I think there's gonna be probably Tameo, maybe Snapcaster Mage.
Very possible.
Meddling Mage.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And Meddling Mage is pretty good against combo decks.
That is also true.
Yeah. So
but first you gotta know that you're against the combo deck.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, as you can tell, Jeskai Wizards, we don't have the deck list, and I'm incredibly intrigued. It sounds really cool. And he's 3-0, like he's doing well.
Yeah.
We see a brainstorm, so we know.
Yeah, dude, those wizards not fucking.
I see a Flame of Arnaud. Flame of Arnaud is great.
Sure.
It's like 3 mana. You can either destroy an artifact, draw 2 cards, or it does 5 damage to a creature. If you control a wizard, you get to do 2 of those things.
Okay. So can we pretty much confirm Snapcaster Mage then? We got a bunch of lands. We got a brainstorm.
Lands,
Flame of Arnaud,
and a Source of Plowshares.
And a Source of Plowshares. So like,
and 4 lands.
Kind of just like regular Jeskai stuff.
Oh, so you got sullying the name of Jeskai Wizards.
Dude, like how many wizards do you have to put in your deck to call your deck like Jeskai Wizards and not Jeskai Control?
It's just going to be 4 Tameos and
oh yeah,
2 Snapcaster Mages.
That's my tribal deck, you know.
But I have been notified that there's probably Meddling Mages, so it's a bit spicy.
That's cool.
And then on the other side we have Ruby Storm, which I always am just absolutely terrified of this deck. This deck is pretty damn strong. I think it's a lot better than the play rate suggests, how many people play it. It's not a hugely popular deck, but anyone that's not familiar with Ruby Storm, it gets the name from Ruby Medallion, which is an artifact. It reduces the cost of all your red spells by 1. And so this deck really abuses stuff like Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual to make them into Dark Rituals, essentially, but for red mana, and Seething Song. And then it's just like, when you start going off, it's not deterministic, but you play like Ren's Resolve, you play all these kind of exile the top 2 cards of your library until the next turn you can cast them. So this deck is so resilient against like Force of Will and counter spells in general. Yeah. Because you have so many cards like Ren's Resolve that just draw 2 cards. And so you never know. Also, half the deck is like mana, half the deck is action. It's very hard to know what to counter. Sometimes against Ant, it's very determined, like they crack an LED, you're going to counter the tutor and stuff.
Yeah,
but here,
totally.
You sometimes have to gamble. And Burgi, God of Storytelling, is another big engine. Here we see Ren's Resolve, Seething Song, Ancient Tomb, Sandstone Needle. Burgi's not in all the lists now, but it's one of the stronger choices in some of them. But like sometimes we see the new Ral as well. I've forgotten the actual full Ral.
Like the flip Ral.
Yeah, very strong card because it's another Ral Monsoon Mage, exactly this one. It reduces the cost of the instant sorceries, which is exactly what the deck wants to do. But then it flips and just casts 7 spells for free. It's excellent topic cards in your library. You may cast instant sorcery spells from among them this turn without paying their mana costs. This deck also typically wins by going Burning Wish for Grape Shot. So this deck gets to like 20 Storm very easily. It just casts so much stuff. It's another Pass and Flames deck as well.
Yeah.
Look, we've got 4 mana turn 2 already. And look, here we go. Here's Flame of Arnaud. What a cool artwork with the Balrog and Gandalf. We're just going for a Seething Song, man. This is like... So his hand is Seething Song, I think he drew a Ral, and then a Ren's Resolve, and a Manamorphose. Completely non-deterministic. This is how you play the deck. You just can't start something.
This could literally go anywhere.
Yeah. I think it's an exciting deck.
It really is. Sometimes like this deck, it reminds me a little bit of High Tide, of like how undeterministic the wins are.
Completely.
Right? Like, but instead of like time twister effects, you just have a lot of those like how do we call them? Like it's not technically draw. It's like slow draw. I don't even know.
It's not slow though.
You exile and you can play them. I'm sure there's like a word for it. Maybe Chad is super smart and can help us out here.
Chad, what would you call these things? But playing around Bowmasters?
Playing around Bowmasters.
Yeah. So yeah, Ral is
Yes,
a
sir, yes,
really
sir.
good addition to this deck. And here we go. Here is Ren's Resolve. Exile the top 2. See what's going to happen.
Yeah, see what's gonna happen. And like you're looking for action here, right?
Chat says Impulse Draw. I like it because one of the cards is called Reckless Impulse as well. Impulse Draw. I like that.
Oh shit! What was that? The first one? Reckless Impulse is that like the OG effect of this?
I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know because this effect has been around for a long time.
I know.
But like not super old.
Okay.
Like these technical terms like super old and not sure. So we see a brainstorm in response to the Ren's Resolve. This is exactly like the bind this deck puts you in because Beudot has no idea if he's going to win. Neither does your opponent. It's just like it's from the Impulse Award. Okay, cool. Impulse draws it'll be. Ren's Resolve could be anything. That's pretty good hits.
He hit the tutor. He hit the wish.
That's like
Oh gosh.
he hit a Cabal Ritual and a tutor.
Oh dude, this is beautiful. Okay. Need more mana. Roll for Ral.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want like to flip Ral until he's cast a bunch more spells. But this Burning Wish could now go and get a Past in Flames.
What's up? Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
What's quite interesting as well, usually the sideboards for these decks are like just 15-1 on very often. Because a lot of them do similar things, are redundant. Like this deck can also kill with bonus round if it plays it. And bonus round is 1 red. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery this turn, you copy it.
It's a double the fun.
You double the fun, and then you cast bonus round, then you cast another bonus round. We see some other cool tech in there. There's the front of his sideboard, I've forgotten the name. So our dear caster is left stranding, who's doing such a good job of bringing cards up, but it's anti-ring tech. It's got a cleave cost. And so basically it says you take an extra turn off this one, and if you don't, and then at the end of the turn you lose the game. But also damage can't be prevented. So it's a way you go and get that cast it, so damage for the ring can't be prevented. Yeah, it's a really cool one.
You know, like I just came back from my trip from Japan, and there was my friend like at Northern Tennis. It's like this ridiculous card I've never seen before. It's a card that beats the One Ring 2, 4 mana, Storm and Proliferate.
Radstorm.
I think so.
It's
Yeah.
called
So what
Radstorm.
you do is like you put like 20 counters on the One Ring, and then then you pass the turn and they die in the upkeep. It's like I saw this. I was like, dude, this is
Our producer is amazing. Alchemist
tech-
Gambit.
This tech comes from heaven. All right, take an extra turn after this, and during that turn, damage can't be prevented. At the beginning of that turn, you lose the game, and this definitely happens because you didn't cast it with Cleave.
So you could cast it with Cleave in this deck because Manamorphose can make 2 blue, but it doesn't matter. So when
Right
this deck
on.
goes off, it can just cast its whole deck basically. Like
Wow.
with Past in Flames, you just all the impulse draws and stuff. You just go through like crazy. So then you just grape shot them for like 50,000 and damage can't be prevented. Radstorm for like proliferating on the ring. That is crazy because I've seen there is some decks that play Gift of Phyresis or something, which is like 1 in a blue, your opponent gets an infect counter and you draw a card. So Radstorm can then proliferate infect counters on your opponent.
Oh,
that's
really
another way of doing it. But I like this ring thing, like you die from your
Like,
ring.
If you cast that ridiculous card, you better die of it.
Yeah. Here we have Radstorm. Cool one, really cool card.
Yeah.
So we see Ralph flipping. This turn started with like, who knows what's going to happen? But now he's got a Burning Wish on the stack. He's just drawing off a Manamorphose, so he's got 2 red in his pool. Storm count is probably like high already. Ral's flipped, so Ral can now go -8, exile the top 8 cards. And he casts these spells without paying their mana cost as well. Not that mana was really a problem here, because he needs to find some more things. And I would guess here comes a Past in Flames. But yeah, you see.
Gosh, here's so many options.
What's this card?
Oh, no, is this a Rite of Flame? No.
They do play 1 Rite of Flame in the sideboard.
Is this? Are you telling me like he got a ritual from his hand?
I guess he'll just see. Yeah, he could have got a Rite of Flame. It's pretty stock to have 1 in the sideboard, 3 in the main deck. But we're going to see 8 cards flipped here. I'm glad we get to see Jeskai Wizards do its thing as well. Jokes aside.
Well, but this is legacy to me, right? Like you know,
Yeah.
opponents cast a brainstorm and the other player does like million things.
Yeah. Again, like I'm always amazed watching Ruby Storm because it feels very strong. It's so good against counter magic. I guess it killed. I mean, this is turn 2. Like I was going to say, it could be a bit slower than some other Dark Ritual decks, but how much slower can you get apart from he's killing on turn 2? Okay, theoretically, let's say Wizards got a turn 2 and played a Meddling Mage. What would you be looking to name? Firstly, in the blind against like a Sandstone Needle. 2, now off the sideboard. What's your plan against this red deck?
I would definitely put this on like in one of these ridiculous Mississippi River decks. I would probably just name, I don't know, creativity. I don't know. What's it called? Creative technique.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right actually. Yeah. But now, as a blue deck, what's your plan against this? Because
the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, Vorpal Sword says the biggest issue with this deck is how fiddly it is in paper on Magic Online Stream. That makes sense. It's like, I think they're just trying to work out what the storm count is now, and it's like 16, 20, who knows? Like, yeah. And you also draw so many cards. But again, it's like, you don't draw cards, so Bowmaster's just, you sidestep it, which is so good. Storm count probably over 9,000. Yeah, I think it's at least 9,000.
That's pretty. It's pretty accurate, I think.
Okay, so here's the kill. One of a few ways of doing it. So he's played bonus round, and then he plays Fiery Confluence, and it copies Fiery Confluence, and then Pass in Flames. Well, Pass in Flames costs bonus round again, and the first bonus round copies it. So there's like 4 bonus rounds.
Dude, that's like casting like a lava axe on your opponent like 4 times.
I have.
I thought this was like a storm deck and not like a burn deck.
I have won a game against Ruby Storm once where they played 3 bonus rounds and they'd taken damage off their tomb, so I triple bolted them.
Oh my goodness, dude!
But that shouldn't happen. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So for Meddling Mage, Burning Wish, or Pass in Flame seem like decent names. Yeah, I agree. I think Burning Wish is probably where you want to go because the main deck is just like full of redundancy with these impulse draws and mana.
Right.
And then you have the cost reducers like Ruby Medallion and Ral, and sometimes Bergie. I think Ral's kind of replaced it, but then Burning Wish opens up all the options. Then it really, like as we saw, it got a Pass in Flames, it got a Flame, it got more things with flames and fire in the name. Probably it's a very mono red deck actually with all the names. I think.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Arnaud also doesn't have like he has lots of interaction too. Like I saw like forces. Force negations, also spell pierce is what I spotted. Meddling Mage, like those are not bad cards like at all.
No.
You might want to keep in a little bit of removal for Bergie, even though there's Caracas. Like Caracas is like insane, obviously against.
I think it's more for Ral as well, right?
Oh, for Ral too, yeah.
Yeah. So siding out the swords, I buy it. Like swordsing a Ral is fine.
Right.
But like the downside of it just being a Ruby Medallion instead, and then you're missing a card when this deck clearly puts so much pressure on you. I think it's one of these things where like you can make a good argument to keeping swords in. It has a use, but I don't think it depends on what he's bringing in. If he has enough cards to take out swords, I would be looking to. I think.
Yeah.
And this is where they bring in like a Rakdos Pit Dragon, and I don't know.
Like, can Ruby Storm win without a Ruby Medallion or Ral in play?
Yes.
Or Bergie, like with no permanence in play? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a late game play, but it does play the rituals, which are all +1 mana, Seething Song. There's the OG Rakdos Pit Dragon. That's what Moonstomp used to be about. An Arc Slugger. What a cool card. But I don't think this is in his sideboard. It's just... Arc Slugger. What a thing to Seething Song outcome.
Legend. When I opened this card in like way back, like 20 years ago, so when I was a kid, like I thought this was like the most like garbage card ever. Like, why would I want to mill myself for 10 cards?
Kill 10 of your cards.
Yeah.
It might have your
and
favorite.
It's just a shock, you know, if you give me like an Alava Axe, maybe. But
and then you realize that you cast a Seething Song and just deal 10 damage to them.
Yeah, dude.
And it doesn't matter if you have no library. Anyway. I expect to see minimal sideboarding from the Ruby Storm player.
Yeah.
It's a Burning Wish sideboard. I think they often play like sometimes a few surgicals I spied.
It's a really consistent deck too. Like if it's that consistent, like if you swap too many cards, then your reckless impulses become kind of terrible.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, it needs to keep this like
It's like a
critical mass.
Yeah, it's like an engine deck.
Yeah, totally. It's almost like the perfect description of these critical mass kind of old Storm decks where like you just cast enough things, but it just
So what do you think? What's scarier? Like playing against a mono red Ruby Storm deck, or playing against a mono black? Mono black. What's it called? Mono black Saga Storm deck.
Yeah,
they're both monocolored.
But Saga Storm, you know what's going to happen. Ruby's just like you don't know. I
mean, you know, but very slowly.
Yeah. And then you're like, right, I'm gonna Fluster Storm one Ren's Resolve, and they cast another one. You're like, I'm gonna Spell Pierce that, and they cast another one, and it doesn't hit anything good. It hits 2 lands. You're like, oh my god, maybe I'm alive. And then they cast a 4th one. It hits a Seething Song and a Burning Wish, and you're like, oh my god.
It's like truly for gamblers. No.
Yeah. I think it's the perfect red deck though. It's very red.
What mountains would you run if you had a Ruby Storm deck?
That's a fantastic question. Chat, also tell us your favorite mountain. We see Tamiyo, Prismatic Ending, Force of Will, Graphics Cage,
please don't say something boring like beta.
So
we've heard this like million times already.
I'm a big fan of Unglued, actually.
Unglued,
yeah, I love them.
Oh, that special frame,
But I also like Portal.
Okay.
Huge fan of Portal.
A Portal, Portal Slam.
Yeah, and Mirage.
Okay. Cool. Now we finally got a wizard in play.
Tamiyo, let's go. Tam. So, Graphics Cage is nice against Passing Flames, and then if you shut off the Graveyard Avenue, then like you have Ral the -8 as a kind of way to generate card advantage. But other than that, you're banking on the cost reducer and then going off with all the impulse draws.
Very nice. Also the card you see on the bottom, that's the special promo that was given out during the entire event. With the MTGOnes logo on it. Yeah, we were sneaky enough to also get our hands on one copy, but this was given out to every single player at the event.
Kai's face. Perfect. Chat, is that better? There we go.
Keep it like that. Yeah. Keep it like that.
So yeah, this is the Notre Dame de Lyon. It's a big cathedral in Lyon. It's beautiful. Lands in front. Yeah. I feel like only blue players play lands in front these days. What do you think about that?
That's very accurate. Yeah.
Look at this. He's made his land drop. He goes Ruby Medallion and just go Impulse, because you can play them next turn as well. Oh,
and we got
more mana, another Impulse.
Damn. This is, this really reminds me of like accumulated knowledge of like control players. Like if you can AK into the next AK, that's when you know you're winning.
Oh, these mountains. Chat was saying one of the favorites. I love these as well. The artwork reminds me of what's the
Tom Venestrand, I think.
Yeah. It says that. It reminds me of the Dwarven Ruins as well, land, which is cool.
Oh yeah. This looks a little like comic style, a little bit.
I love it.
It's like thick outlines and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just wrong. It doesn't look like it.
Dwarven Ruins.
I was thinking maybe is there another art? It doesn't look like that either. I'm just wrong.
I mean, this one has a face on it.
That's cool. I love this. It's so cool. Liz Danforth classic. All right. Anyway, back to it. We're going to see Prismatic Ending on the Ruby Medallion. Yeah. The deck can win without cost reducers, especially in slow games. But like the difference between going off with and without it is just huge. This deck is also a thing in Modern. It's very strong in Modern. But you see like some Drannith Magistrate sometimes. That card is insane against it.
Oh, right on. Is that even a wizard? Like that could be. That'd be so on theme.
Good point, actually. But the text from Drannith Magistrate is players can't cast spells other than from their hand.
Right.
So
big commander staple. It is a wizard. Oh man, Arnaud.
Oh no, where's your Drannith Magistrate?
Terrible deck. You fucked it up. This guy could have been in your main deck.
What? Yeah, could.
Or sideboard.
Yeah.
Or both.
We see the Force of Will.
Oh no.
Take care of the Seething Song. And so now Beudot, like, he's fine though. Like Tamiyo getting a couple of clues, nice Leon clues.
Yeah.
I think in this position you don't even. Do you want to flip Tamiyo here? What are you thinking?
Not necessarily. Like you can flip it, and if I don't know, like at some point, I think I think first of all, you want to make sure that you have enough counter magic to not die, and then second is when you're gonna prioritize Tamio. For now, I kind of like the crew cracking the whole time.
Yeah,
You get like a double draw step basically.
I think if you're gonna crack the 2 clues, like it seems like Arnaud is, I love getting the sanctuary here and putting force will on top, because then you at least have some protection. So you got the cage to stop passing flames lines, and now he's gonna draw into a force of will. And the thing is, I feel like I wouldn't mind Tamio attacking a couple more times to get a few more cards if you think you have the time. Which against this deck, you never know. That's the thing. It's
hard. Yeah, it's hard.
So flipping Tamio here does put a clock down, which is pretty relevant.
It does.
Yeah. So now we can.
But you have to put your shields a little down, because like until your ultimate, you have to like keep playing for a couple of turns where you don't have clues. So you gotta find like the sweet spot, right? Like at some point, like you're okay. I guess I have enough cards with all these clues. Like now I can focus on the Tamio flipping and the game winning part, but.
Well, I just seen a Hydroblast in the hand as well. That's a very good one.
Oh, that's a baller. Yeah.
Because I was trying to work out why he like cast the Ponder rather than cracking another clue, because Ponder's at least a blue card for Force Will. But yeah, now he has Tamio going with a Hydroblast and a Force Will. This is, I think, as good as a position he can be in for a blue deck against such a good deck against counter magic, really.
Yeah, this is looking really solid.
Yeah. I like this. I think he's played that turn perfectly. Set yourself up. But God, there's just like so much action in Ruby's hand. It's just cast spells and see what happens. Cool. So yeah, I mean, he's got bonus round, Jester's Will, Metamorphose, another mountain. I think another 2 mountains, Jester's Will, Burning Wish as well. It's pretty stacked.
And control decks have changed a little bit. Like we make fun of Jeskai control on the podcast like every single time, but like like control decks these days, they can't control everything.
No.
Like even now, I'd be very terrified to see a stacked hand like this from the Storm player. So in a way, Arnaud has to almost play the tempo game.
Yeah,
it's crazy to say, completely. Right? It's because it's a control deck, but like. See what happens, right? Like you have to delay, slowly delay the game as much as possible, and you have a clock Tamio, and the clock's you're kind of like in a racing situation almost. Like it's a really slow race.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. This is
right, but you're not gonna be at a point where you're gonna stop everything. With like there's just nothing like counterbalance top anymore. You gotta fight everything 1 for 1.
Yeah,
but both decks recoup so much card advantage that it's not clear to me.
Love this play from Arnaud as well. Bring back the Hydroblast with Tamio's minus. I said you want to get clock down, but I think if he didn't, he might even bring back the Ponder. Like Tamio is still getting value.
Yeah,
she does a lot for a 1-drop, and now he has battle Flame of Arnaud.
Yeah.
So in case there's like a Raoul that comes down, or it kills Ruby Medallion as well. Right. If not, you can draw 2 cards end of turn maybe.
Yeah.
Here's another Reckless Impulse. This is where the name comes from, the draw.
And it's another draw too. It's like a bunch of Night's Whispers, basically.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, if you let them resolve, that's kind of terrible for you. But if it counted, that's also like just a 1-for-1 trade.
But imagine you're playing Ant and you have 12 Night's Whispers in your deck, but you don't lose 2 life. Like, how do you ever lose against control?
Yeah. You just don't. Don't.
Yeah. You can play Predict.
Yeah. I think like hands-on, I think that the best card Arnaud could possibly have is like a Deafening Silence, for example. Like something that actively stops Storm deck from doing the Storm thing.
I fully agree. I think
it's not just having a little bit of counter magic. You gotta add something to it.
Yeah. He's also going after the right things, I think. He's countered Hydroblasted the Reckless Impulse. You might be a bit be like, okay, well, he could just hit like a land, which he doesn't really need, and one other thing.
Right.
But it could just hit like 2 more draw.
Exactly, yeah. The things you don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah. So we see a cracking of a clue.
Force, and I think the Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Picked up.
Force, Brainstorm, and Flame, and a Swords.
Okay.
This is not to be like told you so, but this is the situation where, like, you know, he has one counterspell, but he needs other things. He's still in trouble for sure. And so I think you just need all your cards to be doing something active. But great brainstorm there. Finds another force, finds a Tamiyo. So now we can play Tamiyo as a wizard and play, and now the Flame of Arnaud can like draw 2 cards and kill something if he plays it.
Very good, because because there's currently no wizard on the battlefield.
Correct.
Which is a bad sign for the wizard deck.
Because Tamiyo went to school. She's above a wizard or something. She's a seasoned scholar.
Yeah, she's AFK. Away from keyboard. I just gotta change my outfit just real quick.
But the new Tamiyo will be like on the keyboard, right?
Oh yeah, it's like the replacement.
There's Tamiyo on the keyboard.
Yeah.
And there's Tamiyo not on the keyboard.
Not on the keyboard. Definitely not on the keyboard.
She's seasoned. She's like, you know, spices.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like it's a little off topic, but like I wanted to build a commander deck with Tamiyo, but then later I found out that it's not a mono blue, but it's like a Simic commander.
Yeah.
And then I kind of threw away the idea because I just don't like Simic.
Tamiyo seems like a really fun commander. You just play it and then counterspell everything. That sounds so cool.
Very fun. Very, very fun to do in Commander.
I'm pretty sure
she gets lots of friends.
She got banned in Dual Commander, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah?
Because
oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Interesting.
A few got banned, like, immediately. Oh, yeah. And then she got banned, like, not too long afterwards. And everyone was like, thank God. It's just...
Can you play Ragavan in Dual Commander? You can't. Okay, so any of the busted 1 mana commanders you can't play. You can't also play Ajani.
Ajani's banned. Ajani's messed up. Yeah.
Oh,
Dual
wow.
Commander.
Okay.
As the commander. You can play him in your deck.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's catch up with the game. Ruby Storm is just doing its thing. Like if you needed more redundancy and strong things against counter magic, bonus round, if it resolves, it's just like now everything's copied. It copies the counter magic as well, so they kind of cancel it out.
It does.
So I might have been tempted to actually let this go, because then Flame of Arnaud doubles and it draws 4.
Oh, right, it does. Yeah.
I get counter.
And who knows, right? Like maybe you top deck like another Hydroblast or Flusterstorm, which then also gets doubled, and dude, this could get really messy. It's like a symmetrical effect, and I love symmetrical effects in general.
Yeah, can we pull up bonus round just to see the wording exactly? But I think it's instances of sorceries that both players cast. And Subwitzy in the chat. Until end turn, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Yeah. But look, like if there was a bonus round, you draw 4 with Flame of Arnaud, but your Ren's Impulse. Hive Mind.
What about Hive Mind? What about good old Hive Mind?
Oh dear.
Man, you know, like just the other day, like I went through my collection, I found like Pact of the Titan. It's like, dude, man, this card, this was a staple. It's like somewhat of a staple. Yeah, this was somewhat of a legacy staple.
So shout out to Brian Cook, MTG, the Epic Storm. I played him in a league last week, and he beat me with Pact of the Titan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. With a sudden substitution combo. All right, we've got Jeskai untapping. You've got to be breathing a sigh of relief here.
That's big. That's big.
Because last turn he had to use Flame of Arnaud to draw 2 cards and the Hydroblast. Now we have a Mountain and a Burning Wish exiled though, and like the Burning Wish is just going to get something good again. It's just, and then 2 cards in hand. But we still have a Force. It was the second one. Arnaud is fighting through it. I wouldn't begrudge him for just getting back like the Hydroblast with Tamiyo again.
Yeah, kind of. Like he loses his win condition, but
there's another Tamiyo in hand.
But like rule number 1, don't lose, right? That's rule number 1.
Yeah.
And
because look, like
it's just so tempting. Oh yeah, okay, wow, I think he's doing it.
Yeah, I like it. There we go. I love it. Yeah, I like to say that I would play it exactly like this. No. The thing is, though, like, so I think, he's had a ton of interaction. This Hydroblast has been cast a few times already. He's had forces. He's fighting through it, but he's still barely a parity. Like, he's countered lots of the impulse draws. And Arnaud still has a record symbol.
What a crazy game, really. Because it's like turn, I don't know, 1 million.
Yeah.
And it's still unclear to me who's winning.
No, because
it's so hard to tell.
I think he needs to Hydroblast this, and then he's got a Tamiyo and a Swords in hand, and Rubystorm has 2 cards in hand. Like, it's tough. It's tough.
It's really tough.
Here comes Tamiyo. And there.
Yeah.
Rubystorm, I've seen one of the cards is Ray of Flame. Oh, there's another draw too. Like,
you just keep going.
It's Mana Morphose.
You just keep going.
And another Impulse draw. It's coming. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just like, it just go. And there are 2 more.
2 more draw 2s.
2 more. Oh gosh. And this is like after how many counters?
Wish, Jeska's Will. Bro.
We're doing it.
Rubystorm is cracked.
We're doing it. This deck can grind, man. This is the ultimate grind deck.
The other thing,
wow, this is insanely resilient.
I find this deck very hard to hate on. I think you mentioned Deafening Silence earlier.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. Like, they actually struggle to remove it because it's an enchantment, not like an artifact with damage. But other than that, you've got, like, Damping Sphere. Like, even Sphere Resistance or Thorn of Amethyst, like, they just cancel out a Ruby Medallion or a Rattle. Like, they don't... Yeah, Damping Sphere is good. I think Deafening Silence is probably the best, then Damping Sphere, for, like, stopping them doing this. But again, like, he's not even casting that many spells this turn. He's got 7 lands.
Yeah, he can kind of slow roll.
Yeah.
Slow roll from here.
Yeah. So
they even got I don't even know, like, if it's like the 2nd or 3rd or 4th win condition, but a Questing Druid, you can hard cast this off Mana Morphose.
Yeah.
And then actually every single spell in your deck does trigger your Questing Druid.
Yeah.
It makes it bigger.
Jeska's Will is an exile the top 3. Just draw 3. I would just be like, dude, stop.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So you need to play Night's Whisper and Ancestral Recall.
Yeah, dude, this is from the perspective of a control player, this is like the worst possible game if the combo deck card advantage is you.
It's barely even trying.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't even cast his Mana Morphose in hand for like 5 turns. She's like, I don't need this shit. One card was one card when you can draw 3. Alright.
How about this Rite of Flame?
We got Martin in the chat. Martin, this is the best Storm deck, not Dark Ritual.
This just blows my mind so much.
Have you played this before?
No, don't think so. Don't think so. Like, you play against this Rubystorm deck every once in a while on Magic Online. It has, you have to do a lot of clicks, so it's not the most like beginner friendly deck, I want to say.
No.
And you also get, you also might lose your faith in the deck, like sometimes when you miss on your impulse draws, right? Because it's still random, as you said. Like, this game.
Are you sure it's random?
It's been fire.
Yeah. Each one is hit like a seething song and another draw too.
Yeah, dude.
Martin's saying red rituals. They become fake black rituals if you have a Ruby Medallion in play. It's 1 mana make 3. I think what he has here is this is the like Chandra's something special box one. And I think this must be the sideboard one, so he probably plays 3 Cold Snap ones main, so he remembers to side it out, is my guess.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Arnaud is now fully out of cards. He's fetching a Surveil land. But it was like he's run out of mana. So he just got Questing Druid and Wish to cast next turn, and a card in hand.
Yeah.
Just those. But Arnaud's going to untap. He's going to attack with Tamiyo, so he's going to draw 2 cards. Like, okay, here's the Surveil, and here's the draw. And you know what? A Snapcaster would be great here to Hydroblast either one of those 2 other cards coming next turn. Medley Mage would be fantastic. To name one.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have the Questing Druid covered with the Assaults of Plowshares, right? Like, we know that.
Yeah. I think the Questing Druid is just a draw 2 though. Right? He's going to do the adventure side.
Yeah.
Arnaud drew 2 lands, sadly for him, like a basic and a Scalding Tarn, and it just keeps coming.
Oh my goodness, dude! Oh my goodness, dude! This is again happening. Oh my goodness, this is I don't know how many like the 10th or 20th attempt to combo this game.
Have you seen the live turn?
Oh, 350.
Because he's tapped his Ancient Tomb so much. So like, Arnaud's just not drawn a threat at all. Not a single thing like a Snapcaster, Meddling Mage, or whatever.
Yeah, anything with power more than 0.
Yeah. So he had 2 lands. Okay. There's a fail rate. So he can cast Wish for, I don't know now.
For another Impulse Mage.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, yeah, anything but Past in Flames.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a classic case of like the Grafdigger's Cage technically hasn't done anything this game, but turning off the ability to go and get Past in Flames here is game winning. Or he's not losing. So, I mean, just based on like body language here, flicking through the sideboard, that means he's not got a specific thing in mind to go and get. So he needs some kind of action. He needs some more card draw because he's not had enough this game.
What do you think about a card like Empty the Warrens here? It's not the highest storm count, but like both players don't have much going on.
I wouldn't, just because if Tamiyo flips, the +2 completely neuters it.
And that's
there he is.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we have this gentleman on the cast, and yeah, not just me.
well, he's gone for it.
Ding dong. Okay. Yep.
Look, if the Tamiyo hasn't flipped, I can't.
Oh, but guess what? Okay, we made goblins regardless.
Yeah.
We make goblins regardless, and we just gotta hope that it doesn't flip.
Let's see how it plays out. Elemental Disruption, that would be amazing if you had it in the sideboard, actually. This is a card I've played against a few times. There's Brainstorm for a flip Tamiyo.
Wow. Okay.
Instant punish for the empty.
Instant punishment.
Would you have gone for the empty?
I would have.
Shut up.
I think I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because like whatever I say, like it might just be the wrong call.
Just manifesting it. I think it's fair to say like Beudot this probably was one of the best options in the sideboard because, as we said, the body language flipped through the sideboard, nothing like jumped out. Like as you say, can't get Past in Flames. There's a Shattering Spree. You could kill the Grafdigger's Cage potentially, but I think getting Empty the Warrens is better than that. Just hope that there's nothing that flips the Tamiyo. So I'm not saying it's like a wrong play, but Tamiyo was the onboard answer to it. But he needed to cast the Wish that turn, otherwise it just stays exiled. So it could have just been a forced play. Well, Arnaud has now Flame of Anor, Snapcaster Mage, and another Brainstorm in hand. Things have flipped. He's pulling ahead. This is like happening. The Snapcaster can't attack through 8 goblins, though.
Finally. I think finally this game has reached a point where the advantage bar goes towards Arnaud, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
For the first time, I want to say.
Yeah.
Almost, because like it was always like a parity and then always slightly in favor of Ruby Storm. And now we got the Snapcaster.
Is blocking
Oh,
one?
what is...
Oh, it's free. I don't know why he attacked.
Yeah.
I think he must have forgotten that Tamiyo upticked.
Okay.
And then the Snapcaster flashed in and 8 0-1.
Okay, but he got a free kill.
Now, this is where, like, verbally they're talking between themselves. Manamorphose. That can make green and red to cast the question.
Sure.
Board. Yeah. It looks like he's doing 2 dice. Yeah. And
good. Like good old Quirion Dryad.
Yeah.
Like Tarmogoyf before Tarmogoyf.
This card is great. Every time I play
Love that card.
from like Delver, it's just like, oh, it's just like a 2/2 or 3/3. It's like, shit, you're attacking with an 8/8? What the hell? Where did that come from? Here we go. Flame of Anor, getting value, draw 2, kill the Questing Druid, Hydroblast.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
He attacks.
Maybe the conversation was like, show me like one more counter and then I concede.
Yeah.
To also save time, because as you guys can see, like this is like the longest game we have had so far today.
Yep.
It was I didn't count, but like the first game was over very quickly, and then the second game probably took like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
A long back and forth. We might see something similar in the third game, unless Arnaud adds back the fourth Illingers, like something to
I like the sound of
close the door.
1/4. I think that's something you have to do with control decks quite often. You need to be very conscious of the time, and you need to sideboard wrong And you need to bring in win conditions sometimes if you're going to go time, if you want to try and win rather than draw.
I mean, what sucks is that those human knights are not wizards. So you guys in the chat, let us know, like, what do you want to see? Like, do you want the game to end with wizards or with human knights? It's totally up to you guys. I honestly have a very strong preference. I would prefer if wizards take the game down because it's called Jeskai Wizards and not Jeskai Human Knights.
I want to see
terrible deck name.
I want to see some meddling mages now.
Oh yeah, shit, we haven't seen those in a while.
Get Peculiar on stream.
Yeah.
I love a meddling mage.
Yeah, I want to see meddling mages with like terrible calls, like what? Like calls that don't matter.
I'm gonna name. Oh, once again, we got the lovely MTGOnes 10th anniversary playmat. Because as you can see on the playmat underneath, the logo is like a lion as well. Very cool, beautiful stuff. And I think we got I would say judge call, but it's a lack egguage because it's upside down.
Okay, yeah, it could be a judge call, but it could also be like a
lack edge.
Yeah.
I hope you're all enjoying our top tier commentary here. But how are you feeling if you're Arnaud going into this third game? Because game one was a wash, it just ran over you. Game two was your deck did its thing, and it was close. It took. I think he, in my opinion, every decision he made with like the Tamiyo's rebuying things was if he did a single one of those wrong or differently, he might have just lost. Like he fought through a lot.
True.
And we saw a couple of the draw twos at the end for Ruby Storm kind of missed on the impulse things. There was like a Pass of Flames, there was a couple of lands. They also hit very well early in the game, so it's probably average. But it's just like I'm on the draw now, finding the previous game hard. I'd be.
It's not clear to me either. I like the card Grafdigger's Cage is not necessary in your opening hand. Like you're probably happy to see it on the third or fourth turn, maybe when the game has progressed a little bit. Because Pass and Flames not as powerful on the first or second turn. Something like a Deafening Silence would be insane, obviously, but I would probably just try to have a hand with like Prismatic Ending, maybe for like a Ruby or Ral. And maybe like one set of Force. And
you got to keep in mind Grafdigger's Cage turns off your Snapcasters as well, so it's like a little bit of synergy. So maybe you want to be throwing out a Snapcaster early, just like go turn 2 Brainstorm, end of turn Snapcaster Brainstorm to do something. You want to use them early, I'd say. But it depends how many Grafdigger's Cages he has. Maybe it's 1, could be 2. But
on the other hand, like I think like Ruby Storm is just so like you can kind of keep any hand that has mana and spells, like a decent amount.
There's a weird pinpoint where they have like 20,000 red mana or like 0 or 1. So as soon as like they do have hands where like it's an Ancient Tomb or 2, and then if they don't have a mountain or like he had some mulligan hand there which had an Ancient Tomb and no mountain. Obviously, like you need red mana in your mono red deck, but sometimes it is just soul land and a mountain, and they cast like a Rite of Flame, and if you can pinpoint that's a weakness in like their hand based on the previous turns, if you get to like Hydroblast that or Flusterstorm that, it can completely stop their turn. So it's something to look out for as a blue deck. Try and see if red mana production is a weak point. Not with this hand though.
Not with this hand.
No.
This is almost like a nice little bait here with the Burning Wish. Like, do you blast this?
For me, I wouldn't want to. I would want to be I want him to go and get something and then
blast whatever that is.
Yeah, make them use mana.
Okay.
I think
unless it's something that you can replicate, like
true, like Shadowing Spree.
This is so insane. Like so, this is a Shadowing Spree for a Grafdigger's Cage that's not even on the battlefield.
Setting up. Yeah, he must have a Pass of Flames in hand. Is my read then? I know it's playing very fast as well. They're both very aware of the time. Which is good. I reckon the judge call. This is just a guess. It could have been saying, "Can we have extra time because we had to get to the stage and things potentially." But here we are. Do we have a third land from Ruby? Nope. We just have maybe.
There's the Frozen Pulse.
Love Hydroblasting this. I think I know it's recognizing if you stop the draw 2s early. Source of Ashes though. This is again my problem with it. Like it has a thing that it can do, but you need these answers to line up so well. Love this though. Love this.
All right. Okay. We got the clock. We got the clock. We got the win condition.
Beats by Dre coming in. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's got swords, prismatic ending, consign to memory. The consign is there for like the ruby medallions, I guess, or potentially a storm trigger. Because last round we said you can beat consign to memory, but with Ant by just casting Passing Flames, but it doesn't work with this deck, Passing Flames, because you don't have discard spells. So a consign to memory is just gonna basically always get a storm trigger, but Ruby Storm is just gonna be like, fine, I'll cast Grape Shot again.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. So Brainstorm. He really wants to find more Hydro Blasts. Exactly what I was going to say.
As many as possible.
Put back a land and a sword. You just don't need those. Like, that he doesn't really have a cost reducer at the moment because he hasn't cast any. And this last turn he could have gone cost reducer into Impulse. Might be one of protecting it from prismatic ending, but I think giving the setup, because he doesn't have a fourth land, I believe, so he just wants to get things flowing. Just make the blue decks have the answers, line up right. He is shuffling like a wizard, super fast.
Like a wizard would.
Yeah.
And is this still like main phase? Looks like it. Okay, that's a spell piece. We mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Spell Pierce good. But this is main phase because he's looking for a Tameo, I think. So we see the Shadowing Spree, Seething Song, Rite of Flame, Manamorphose, another Burning Wish.
Okay, we got a Rite of Flame.
This is hard. Do you like Hydro Blast or Spell Pierce this?
Oh man, this is tough, right? Like Spell Pierce looks kind of poor. No.
I think he's like, you need to go after the mana from the beginning, or you just go after the action.
Right. Like once you've accumulated so much mana, Spell Pierce is literally a dead card right now.
I would be pretty interested in Hydro Blasting this, I think.
Hydro Blasting this, the Seething Song, and then Spell Piercing whatever they follow up with later.
Yeah. But I think he has a plan here by like letting the mana and the things that just like cycle go through, and I can get behind this as well. Does he make green in case he draws a Questing Druid? It's got enough red mana. Yeah, I think I would. No, I like, let these resolve. And I think between a Hydro Blast and then, maybe the Spell Pierce of Life. But also, like, if the Hydro Blast can cancel some action this turn, then the Spell Pierce becomes very live again next turn. So, oh god. 9 mana.
True.
Cast a lot of Shattering Sprees. 7 of them.
What's that?
This is a Rite of Flame, I believe.
Oh, maybe Passing Flames?
Yeah, Passing Flames is nuts here.
Like this is like the special Chandra set, I think.
Yeah. This is the one that he Burning Wished for.
Okay.
I like this because he might if he had Passing Flames, this was like the Hydro Blast there might look weird because he let all the mana go first. But then you're trading a Hydro Blast for him casting like 4 rituals that turn, so you're trading up on cards in a great way. But then after the Hydro Blast, there was 5 mana left. So if there was a Passing Flames, he can then Spell Pierce it. So
right on.
I feel like it's just very, very in tune with the possibilities that can happen. Now Ruby Storm has 1 card left in hand. We're putting Hydro Blast back on top of the library. So these are 12.
I feel like I've seen more Hydro Blast than Wizards in this deck.
Yeah. That's just the Wizards are casting them again. You know what? He's doing it.
Yeah, dude. This is like almost like Delver-esque gameplay.
Yeah.
Attack with a threat, keep up counter magic.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I think Ruby's hand is just a bonus round. I'm not sure the second thing. But he's got Force and Hydro Blast up now. So Seething Song, bonus round, Shadowing Spree, Sandstone Needle. No action at all. It's just mana. Yep. 3 minutes left on the clock. 6 life. This
might be a tough one.
Yeah.
I think this. Yeah. The Passing Flames brick turn was massive. I think.
But he didn't even have the Passing Flames.
Oh right.
Because if he did, Arnaud kind of set it up with the Spell Pierce. He countered the Rite of Flame that was going to let a Rite of Flame not get spell pierce, basically.
Oh, okay.
When he cast the Hydroblast, Ruby had like 5 mana, including lands untapped. There's the Grafdigger's Cage. But we know that can be shattered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, many more. Okay, it's a Questing Druid. But we know Arnaud has Hydroblast and Force of Will. You can hardcast both. Yeah. We start on like with the hands.
That's tough, yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Because you don't start with bonus round here, do you?
I think you do. I think you start with the Seething Songs at the front of his
Maybe
hand.
you bonus round and hope it gets countered, maybe, so that your questing, like, Seek the Beast resolves.
Oh, he's going out to 2 life. So this is
dude, this is the last turn.
This is the last turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Based on the cards in
Balls on
hand,
the table.
Wizards has it, but this is the beauty of Magic. They can cast spells and whatever they want. That's step 1 to question.
Okay, this is a Hydroblast. Yeah, we knew about. Everyone knew about.
Yeah. I think if you now cast Shadowing Spree, the thing is, Shadowing Spree, like, just for 1 red, not replicate, it would be the worst bait in the world because, like, he can't counter it. So he has to cast it for 1, and then he's like, well, that's obviously bait because why would you? So, and now he's thinking about this.
Okay. Attempt to make 5 mana. I have a feeling if this gets countered, then you kind of choke enough mana that you get the lethal attack turn maybe.
And he forces keep spell pierce.
This is like I'm gonna buy time, Force of Will.
And plays.
Bam! And
wow.
Wizards, aka we didn't even see that many Wizards took down this match.
Snapcaster and Tamiyo, definitely Wizards.
Hell yeah, I'm not a single trinket mage, but guess what? I mean, it was not needed.
Look, there was Flames of Arnaud, which is like a wizard card as well.
I'm just so happy to see a game like this. It was kind of like the opposite of the first 2 rounds. Dude, don't get me wrong, like I love the first 2 rounds. It was lots and lots of Dark Ritual action, including Doomsday, which is my favorite deck. Cool stuff, but this was like
super
long, grindy, good game.
Yeah, both players played fantastic. Like Ruby Storm, I think sequenced everything perfectly. Wizards perfectly they responded to. I think it was a pleasure to watch. Both played really well.
Again, you know, you might know us as the Jeskai control haters, but
this is not control.
But we didn't, but we never mentioned like Jeskai Wizards, which is a completely different deck archetype and is not an all-raider.
Jake's Prince Prodigy.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, dude, I love this deck so much.
Yeah.
I love this deck so much. I don't know, just came here to like fuck around with some people and, you know.
Why would I play Narsen to Fairy when you can play Jake's Prince Prodigy? We got Romario in the chat. What's up, Romario?
Thank you so much. This was the round number 4, and we're gonna be back very shortly because this was the end of the round. We're gonna be back very shortly for round number 5. Don't go anywhere. See you guys in a second. All right.